What's going on, everybody? It is the Baltimore Dark Knight coming at you. I am coming at you actually from Fulton, Mississippi. So the last video I did was probably about a week ago. I apologize, but I'm on the mentor's truck for probably another week and a half. From my last video, my second mentor, the first one, from people that remember, I had to fire him because he wasn't willing to train. The second one got put on medical hold or safety hold because of his sleep apnea compliance. I just talked to him. He's back to work, so that's a good thing. And he and I keep in contact because he was a good mentor. You know, unfortunately, I lost him. My third mentor is even better than my second mentor. And we are on a day just kind of chilling out because usually he comes home every weekend, as I talked in my last video. So I'm sitting in Fulton, Mississippi, as I said before, and since last week, I've been running really hard. I'm talking almost 500, about 500 miles a day. When I go look at it, anywhere from 450 to 500 miles a day running. Most of our trips have been from Fulton, Mississippi to Cedar City, Utah, and then back to Mississippi, to Fulton, Mississippi. So we've been running hard, which is a good thing. He's an owner operator, and this is his dedicated route. He has another route that goes to Laredo, Texas, I think from Memphis, Tennessee, but we've only done that run one time. Everything else has been Fulton, Mississippi to Cedar City, Utah. And our next load tomorrow, we actually take off, is again from here, Fulton, Mississippi, back to Cedar City, Utah. So, you know, it does become a little boring when you're doing the same routes, but at the same time, my hours are building up. I'm driving about 10 and a half hours, anywhere from 9.5 to 10 and a half hours a night, depending on, you know, how close I am to a truck stop or how, if I'm tired, you know, things like that. But usually I'm getting between 9.5 to 10 and a half hours driving a day. Last week, when I rode with them, I was on the night shift, which was cool because there's hardly any vehicles out on the road. And then this week I was on the day shift driving. Didn't mess up my sleep cycle at all. I'm fine. Well, actually, I will know the truth about that when I go home to find out if my sleep cycle was actually messed up or not. But for right now, once I get off shift, I get a little bite to eat, I'm out. So it is cool. I noticed I had a follower that is going to the Swift Driving Academy on the 11th. So I want to say good luck to you, sir. You know, it's a very easy experience for anybody who's getting ready to go. Going to the academy is very easy. You just have to listen to the instructors, pay attention to what you're doing, be safe, get your homework and stuff done if there's any. That's only like your first week. And just study. Know your pre-trips, know the parts of your truck. You know, if you have any questions, especially when it comes to the backing or the driving part, or you know, you may drive a Volvo one day and you might drive a Freightliner another day, you know, ask those questions, you know, get familiar with them. So the mentor time is up to 200 hours, at least on the truck. And from what I'm hearing, there's an additional 100 hours if your mentor feels that you need that additional training. So it's up to 200 hours drive time, not on duty time. It's drive time. All right. And within that 200 hours, you learn the Qualcomm. You learn how to hook up and drop trailers. You learn how to back, because there are different backer maneuvers that you will do out here in the real world as opposed to what you do in the academies. And it's not hard. Some of the backing that you've done in school kind of sets you up for what you're going to do out here in the real world. And then, you know, you'll learn how to go to the shippers, how to go to receivers, what to do, what to say, how to fill out or the paperwork if there's anything to fill out. Basically, you're just really signing. How to apply the seals on the back of the truck, how to apply your enforcer lock on the back of the back of the trailer, should I say, and just the overall lifestyle of a truck driver. So, speaking of overall lifestyle of a truck driver, there's a couple things I want you to understand. Once you get onto your mentor truck and then you eventually get on your own, you are not always going to have the opportunity to take a shower. You may go a few days and not have the opportunity to take a shower. So one of the things that I invested in, and being a field soldier in the Army, I invested in baby wipes, baby powder. All right. That's what I use. And, I get the little a whole bunch of travel packets of toothpaste, the baby powder, not the Johnson's, because of that recall. There's another one out there. I don't have the name. I think it's Gold Bond, is the one that I use. That's what I use. So when we get to a truck stop or rest area, I don't necessarily have the time to take a shower. So I have to do the best to keep myself clean and refreshed as I can. But when the opportunity arises, I get my shower in. The cool thing about my mentor is that we get our showers in probably about two times average a week. So I'm good with that. Some people may say ill, but I was a field soldier in the Army, or I am a field soldier in the Army, and we would go 7 days, 2 weeks at a time without taking a shower. So you learn how to take care of yourself and do all the hygiene that you need to do to still, you may not be as clean as you want to be, but you are cleaner than you would have been without investing in baby wipes or, taking those little travel packets of toothpaste with you and stuff like that. You learn how to make it happen. So all my veterans out there, they know exactly what I'm talking about because, we've all been through it. So, right now I'm in a hotel just because my mentor went home. And he put me in a nice hotel, and we'll be back on the road sometime early tomorrow. So in this time, I'm using my time wisely. One of the things I'm doing is laundry. I'm in a hotel that has a nice laundry facility, so I'm taking advantage of that. And I'm also taking advantage of studying. And what I mean by studying is when you get out of the academy, you get onto your mentor's truck. You're going to need to learn your macros, okay? For those of you who don't understand what macros are canned phrases for actions that you will perform, let's say when you get to a shipper, or you go to a stop, or you do a end-of-day vehicle inspection report, your driver vehicle inspection report at the end of the day, or you're requesting home time. These are certain canned things that you have to do on the Qualcomm device. So learn your macros. Learn those. There's a lot of them, but there's probably about I think there's about 60 or so, maybe a little bit more. But there's a good, probably, I would say 20 that you would use consistently. Definitely see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So definitely about, let's see, 32, 34, probably about a good 10 that you'll use consistently. So you definitely want to, learn what your macros are. Once you graduate the academy, they're going to give you a student guide. At least when I graduated, it was on page 56, and it'll have questions, and it'll tell you, what those macros are. Make sure that your mentor, if you have a good mentor, they're gonna not do the work for you. They're going to show you. They're going to give you the bill of lading. They're going to show you exactly what you need to input, and then they're going to start letting you do it. And if you have questions, hey, what goes here? What goes here? How do I do the math on the trip? Ask those questions, because once you get on your own, you'll still be able to contact your mentor, and they'll still be able to help you out. But they may have another student, so you got to learn this stuff. But even my mentor was like, he's still learning. He's been driving for a good 7-8 years. So, it's going to take some time until you really build up that muscle memory to where it just becomes second nature. You know, go back and kind of review the CDL Prep app for those of you who've used it. Make sure again that you're reviewing your student mentor guide once you graduate the academy, and they hand you that information. And they'll give you a series of books. So go over those books as well. And that is going to be part of a small test. Speaking to some of my classmates who got through before me, that you had to do. So there was like a 56 question test. It's really simple according to them. It's mainly common sense and knowing your macros and knowing how to read your load plan, which you will get to know when you get on your mentor truck. You will learn how to read that. So they ask you questions on that stuff, and then you go out and you do a short check ride, just to make sure you're safe, you're good to go, and then they'll tell you, hey, you're gonna back the truck or your trailer into this spot. According to my classmates, doesn't matter what backing maneuver you use as long as you can get it in the hole. That's all it is. So 200 hours, a short test, learn how to use your time wisely, and ask questions. When your driving shift is over, don't just go straight to sleep. If you've got questions, ask those questions while your mentor is getting ready. Once you get on the time where you guys are doing your team, because your first 50 hours, you're doing all the driving. That's it. And once you finish those first 50 hours, then it becomes a team driving thing. And that's if your mentor feels that you're able to do the team driving. Okay, that you're safe enough to do the team driving. So, that's it in a nutshell. Again, for those of you who are going to the Swift Academy, no matter which academy you're going to, again, I wish you luck. I want you to be safe. Listen to your instructors, and just get through the course. I know it could be anywhere from I will say anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks, and maybe a little bit less now that there's no manual shifts in the course. So it could be a little less. You could be right at 3 to 4 weeks. So somebody who's going through the automatic course, let me know exactly how long that course is now without the manual shift. The other thing, when you get on your mentor truck, ask questions. If there's some practical exercises that you'll be given when you leave, do those practical exercises. There's going to be a training chart, and inside that training chart that you give to your mentor, there is a practical exercise that you need to do. It's just some questions you have to answer. So make sure that you're getting with your mentor, and hey, you do the practical exercise on your own, have your mentor check it, make sure you're good to go. There's a load plan that I was given, and I had to answer some questions based off that load plan. In between going from my second mentor to my third mentor, I sent my second mentor a screenshot of my practical exercise with the load plan, had the answers in it, and I just asked him to check it. And he got right back to me, I would say within a couple hours. And he's like, yep, you're good to go, or you need to change this, this, and this. So I think I had one where I had the answer right, but there also could have been another answer too. It was kind of confusing, so I just wanted to clarify. So, don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to get things wrong, because that'll teach you what not to do the next time. All right, so that is it in a nutshell. Hopefully I can do another video sooner than later, but if not, look for another video next week. And as I get into the process of going on my own truck, then I will be posting more videos. But for now, training pipeline, I'm going to at least have one a week. So with that being said, this is the Cool Be More Trucker, or Baltimore Dark Knight. I look forward to posting more videos, and everybody be safe out there. And, if you have any questions, I will put my email address in the description of this video. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And if you have anybody who is interested in going to Swift Academy, they're thinking about being a truck driver, also have them reach out to me and I can link them up to my recruiter, who Cindy, again, she was awesome. So I can definitely link you up to my recruiter. If you have anybody that's interested in going to the academy that is a military member, have them reach out to me, because I have the direct line to the gentleman who does the military apprenticeship program for Swift. I have his direct number and I can get you in contact with him, and he can go over your benefits and how to pull your either Montgomery GI Bill, if you still have it, for us old timers, or your post 9/11 GI Bill benefits, and how you can use that to your advantage. Once you go through the academy, and then you get on your mentor truck and on your own for those first 12 months. Okay. So he can go through those things with you. But I will be more than happy to answer questions and point you in the right direction. So, again, send those who are interested my way, and I will make sure I get them in the right direction. If you know anybody who is a experienced driver, also send them my way, because I can link them up with my recruiter and she can get them squared away. All right. So again, I am the Baltimore Dark Knight. I look forward to seeing you all out on the road. Maybe you'll see me at a truck stop every now and then. Outside of that, I do have one more thing. So as I'm going, and I might have mentioned this on another video, as I'm doing my travels, my drop-offs, my pickups, I stop at truck stops or rest areas. What I do, I go into Google Maps and I flag those. All right. And I have it separated into truck stops, rest areas, drop-offs, pickups, that kind of thing. So when I go back, if I ever have to go back to that location, I know exactly, I can look on Google Maps and say, oh yeah, I've been here. And I can look and see exactly how to get in, or I might already remember how to get into that facility. So I've been putting down everything on Google Maps. So that's another tip. And I learned that from a gentleman at the Richmond facility my first day, getting on my first mentor's truck. He showed me everything that he's been, and he's damn near been all over the United States. I almost couldn't see the United States. His map was so filled up. This guy's been driving for a while. And not necessarily all with Swift, but his map was filled up. I'll just put it like that. There was hardly any green on the map, other than, if he some kind of way he changed the colors of the flags on his map. But that's just another tip. And the last tip, once you graduate the academy and right before you get onto your mentor truck, I want you to download 3 apps, okay? And these are truck stop apps. One is the Loves truck stop. It'll say Loves and it'll have a red heart on it. I want you to download the Flying J or Pilot, the Flying J Pilot app. And then I want you to go in and download the TA Petro app. Now, with the Flying J and the Loves app, you'll automatically get an electronic card, all right? And they will send you one in the mail, but you'll get an electronic one. Or you can go right to these truck stops and just pick up one, okay? And you download the app, you register it, all right, and your card is right there. What those cards are used for Loves and the Flying J or Pilot, when you go to their truck stops and you fill up anything 50 gallons or more, it'll add credits, credit for shower, things like that. Maybe for Wi-Fi. I think most of these places have free Wi-Fi anyway, but at least credits for showers. So every 50 gallons, 50, 55 gallons, depends on the truck stop, you'll get a credit towards a shower. Those become very valuable when you need to go and take a shower, okay? Now, the Loves and the Flying J or Pilot, those will come directly onto your phone as a virtual card. Again, you can sign up and get the physical card. The TA or Petro, you sign up, you register for the Ultra One, and they will send you a card to your residence. So make sure that you're able to pick up that card or sign up for it before you graduate the academy. That way, when you go home, that stuff is already there. All right. So I will also put those three down into the description as far as truck stops. There's other ones out there. There's Maverick. Some of these casinos have truck stops. And a lot of them, you know, if you fill up, whether you get fuel or DEF, and do not call it gas, because gas is something else. If fuel or DEF, and you'll get to know what DEF fluid is. That's basically the exhaust fluid for your exhaust pipes, or the exhaust cleaner for your exhaust pipes. Once you fill up with fuel or DEF at these truck stops, some of them will give you, you know, you can get a free fountain drink, or they may have some other offer there. Just check in with them. Make sure you always keep that fuel card that you will get with you, all right? Some of the truck stops have the old pumps where, you know, you have to actually go inside to check in, all right? Truck number, driver's license number, state number, that kind of stuff, all right? What company you're with, most of the time they can see it. Oh, it'll say right on there. And then, you know, you'll have those different offers that they have for, again, free soft drinks, maybe a free snack or something like that. So any truck stop that you go to, see if they have a rewards card, and you can build up on that. I know we were in the Route 66, and I went in. It was the third time I went there, fourth time maybe, I forgot now. And I asked the lady for the rewards card, and she's like, "You've been here before?" I said, "Yeah, I never had the rewards card." And she said, "Well, if you have those receipts, go back and you can put that information on as long as it's within 14 days or so," which it has been. So that's another thing I'm going to be doing today. But I've taken up enough of your time. I was going to close this video out at around 15 minutes. It was a little further. But I think the more information that I can put out to people, the better. So again, Baltimore Dark Knight, I'm out of here. I got some things to do so I can get back on the road tomorrow. Next video will be sometime next week. All right, y'all be safe out there.